Hey guys, Brandon Willeming out in Nashville today with our friend Spencer Hatcher. How are you, man?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing out there?
Yeah, I got to see you a few weeks ago. We were able to work you in here to what will likely be our last time ever in this studio and office. So I'm glad we were able to work you in.
Oh man, it's an honor. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so a lot of our GodTube crowd may be looking at you and not know the full Spencer story yet. So let's just start there.
Yeah.
Let's go down the quick bio of how we got here.
Gosh, well, it goes all the way back to when I was a very young kid. I started singing when I was 4 years old. I started playing bluegrass music when I was 8 years old, and I picked up the banjo at 12. I was raised on a farm in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, right there in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And so what we listened to is bluegrass and traditional style country music. And that was what I grew up on. And I started performing and playing shows everywhere that I could at a pretty early age. When I was 15, my younger brother was 12. We decided we would start a family band with my dad. So we started going all over the place. And a different church on Sundays and fairs, festivals, lawn parties, anything we could get into in bluegrass. We did that for about 4 years or so, and then I went off to college at East Tennessee State University. I was majoring in business management and minoring in the bluegrass and country music program. It is the only school in the world that offers that degree, but I did minor in it, and it was an amazing experience there. I learned a tremendous amount about music and touring and everything while I was in college. I was in 4 different bands, and one of which was a professional touring bluegrass band, and I learned even more there. I was applying what I was learning on the road and everything, and then right as I was about to start a job as a financial advisor in Johnson City, Tennessee, COVID hit, and so this was March 2020. I decided that, it was a point in my life where I needed a change anyways. And so I said, well, I'm going to go back home to my family in Virginia and pursue this dream of country music. I'd been in bluegrass for, I believe it was like 11 years at that point. I just said, I love bluegrass. It's who I am still today. Still, every single show I play when I have time, I always bring out the banjo. We play a full bluegrass little segment there, but I always wanted to be in country. So I went back home. I did the only thing I thought I could do during COVID when there was no performances. So I turned on a camera and I sang a song and I posted it. And it only took me 5 of those. And I had my 5th one went viral. It did 1.5 million views overnight. I went to sleep with 24 followers. And when I woke up the next morning, I had just over 10,000. And then I got very serious. I buckled down and I created a company, and I bought a trailer and a truck and sound equipment and instruments and lights and sound engineers and all sorts of things. I established a whole team. I created a whole business. By the end of 2020, we had done 20 shows that year for country music. Following years, things started opening up, and I started picking up the phone. We did 70 shows following year. 2022, we did 140, and then in 2023 and 2024, I had self-booked over 150 shows each one of those years. So we did over 500 shows in 4 years.
Wow.
And all the while we continued to, I really pushed social media, and we had a lot of success there. And I racked up about 850,000 followers during those 4 years, and it gained the attention of Nashville, and I got the call to come down and perform. Then we performed, and it was the scariest show of my life. I'd done 500 shows, and it all came to that one moment. And we did pretty good, I guess, because when I came off the stage, they signed me on the spot. And that was June 26th of 2024. And so not quite a year and a half ago, I signed. And this past year has been, it's been a dream. Every prayer I've prayed for the last 20 years is getting answered. And it's been an amazing journey, amazing ride, lots of stories. And I've met so many amazing people. And I'm just very, very blessed. God has been on my side, and He's been looking over me and guiding me through this thing. So it's kind of my story.
Yeah, and although you're not carrying the family name band right now, you still didn't turn your back on your brother.
Absolutely not.
Brought him here today. He's out there on the road. He's still getting to live this dream with you.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Loyalty is the biggest thing to me, because when you start coming up, there's a lot of distrustful people, you know, a lot of longtime friends that you didn't know that you had, you could say,
Yeah.
you know, and I keep loyalty and friends very, very close. I got a very small, tight circle, and it's pretty tough to get into that circle. And so I've got an amazing team that's all proven themselves, and they've been amazing to me. And we're all family, you know. I hardly say I have fans. I've got friends, and every show is just a big room full of friends enjoying country music, enjoying the show. And my brother, back in 2020 when I first started going viral, he was pursuing his own career, and he was in college. And when I told him about going on the road, he said he would quit pursuing his career and he would drop out of college for me. And that is what he did, and he's been with me ever since. And that is the definition of a brother right there. And he is, but he's amazing in his own right. He creates a blood harmony. It can't be matched. There's nobody in the world that could get a tighter harmony than what Connor can match to my voice. And he's also earned the official title of greatest bass player to ever come out of the state of Virginia at just 25 years old. So he is a wild talent when it comes to the bass. And we've had so much fun between bluegrass and country music. It's really been amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. A lot of these artists in town, when I talk to them, that kind of took off from social media, they eventually get to a point where they're like, you know what, I don't like this part of it. I don't want to be a content creator. I want to be a songwriter and a singer. Quit telling me I have to go act goofy on video.
Yeah.
Have you reached that point yet, or are you still
I think
there's pressure to make social content?
I mean, yes, there is pressure. I think I probably reached that point a long time ago, because before I even started posting, I had never posted before. I might toss up a picture to Facebook or maybe Instagram. I think when I started posting my singing videos, I had like 5 posts on Instagram, and at that point, I'd already had it for like 7 years. You know, so I've never been too big on social media, but I realized how important it was. And I have fun making videos still, but it's with my schedule now, especially, it's so hard for me to block off 3 hours in a day to go set up a camera in a room and then pick it up and go out in the field.
Yeah.
And then go to my truck and then shoot all these different videos. That part can be tough. I almost more so wish that somebody would just follow me around with a camera, because, you know, we're not boring. We have a lot of fun, and we say, you know, just naturally. I mean, we do a lot of laughing, and I think it would be easier if I didn't have to do it. But you do, and it's not something you're going to break away from. Social media is so necessary. So I'll keep on doing it. You know, I do enjoy it, but there's some days where I'm like, I do not want to film a video right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, the new EP is out there now, Honky Tonk Hideaway. Debut EP. Let's talk about that and how long some of these songs were in the can. Are these all new songs that were just for this EP, or did you rework some from the bluegrass days?
Well, these were all songs that I started finding as soon as I got to town. You know, I didn't have a whole lot of time to write. I did come to town with some songs, but these were a lot of big hit songwriters had wrote these songs, and they just hadn't been cut, and they really resonated with me. It was songs we thought that we could really do something good with, and so we got into the studio and we cut these songs and started crafting this EP, and we were all so happy with how it turned out. I mean, you know, I think that we really captured the sound of Spencer Hatcher, and that was the thing. When I got to town, it's like we knew what I liked, and that's traditional country music. We knew what I was doing, what my shows sounded like, and we said, okay, now we need Spencer Hatcher songs that represents who I am as a person and an artist. And I think the CP is a very good representation of that. You know, we've got the pedal steel in there, we've got the fiddle. I've always said that I'd like to keep it real, and what you hear on the record is what we can go up on stage and replicate. So there is no computers or auto-tune or bass loops or anything like that. It's just guys on instruments and just, you know, raw singing. And so it's kind of what we've been looking at, and we've got a lot of songs we're very excited about on that EP.
Yeah, you talked about coming up in churches with the bluegrass sound. How does your faith work into when you're picking these songs, and even when you're writing your own music? How does that intertwine into these songs that people are hearing?
Yeah, well, of course, not every country song is about God, but you know, it doesn't mean that you have to be necessarily dirty to appeal to an audience, I could say, maybe. for instance, Cold Beer and Common Sense, a lot of people are like, the cold beer part we don't get, you know? It's like, well, you just kind of had to do that for the song. But as far as the common sense and hard work never hurt nobody, God knows we need the Lord, it's about listening to the message. And the message is a lot of what I like in a song, you know? Relatability is very important to me when we're looking at songs and choosing songs. Is it things that people can agree with? Is it things that they can relate to? I think it's very important. But as far as my faith in music, I mean, I take God with me. He comes with me everywhere that I go. Plays such a huge part in my life. And, you know, I love when I can cut a song that reflects my faith. And we've talked before about doing like a full-blown gospel song, and I'm all about it. So, you know, maybe that'll be in the future.
Yeah, and if folks get to come out and see you live, there's a good chance they may hear a gospel tune that they've heard before.
They absolutely will. Every show I always do a gospel song, and that's always been interesting too, because, you know, a lot of the shows that I play are in bars and honky tonks and places where maybe not everybody is thinking about God. You know, there's a lot of you know, people in there partying, having a good time, and that's great. But even then, I like to still do a gospel song. And some people would think it's a little risky because you're risking killing the vibe or whatever. But I've never really cared too much about that. You know, I do what I want when I'm on stage, and something that means a lot to me is performing a gospel song. And so that's what I've done, and the response to it has been amazing. There has been shows I've played, many shows I've played, where the majority of the people have been drinking, you know, for like 4, 5, 6 hours, and they're hammered. And when I tell them I want to sing a gospel song, they go crazy. They love it. The hands go up. They sing every single word. And I love that. And, you know, I think that's yet another representation of what music can do in unity, and especially a gospel song. So, yeah, I love gospel music. I grew up in church, and I've sang it for a lot of years now. And so it's important to have that in my show.
Yeah, these past few months, you've been traveling the country, visiting radio stations and PDs, and it seems to be paying off. Single is on the radio right now, doing very well. Talk about When She Calls Me Cowboy, the single that's out there.
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm very excited about that song. I really love that song. It's one that we knew was special the first time that we heard it. And when we got to get into the studio and make it a Spencer Hatcher song, you know, we were so happy about it. But of course, even then, you never know what the response is going to be until you get it out there for people to listen to. And the response has been everything that we've wanted. People have really loved the song. You know, it fits kind of the narrative of this is country music. It's got the pedal steel, it's got the fiddle, it's got the raw feel, and it's relatable. You know, in everybody's own way, it's a relatable song. I think it's intimate and maybe romantic a little bit, but going out and promoting it on a radio tour has been amazing. And the people, you know, even the radio people that have so much knowledge of the industry and so much knowledge of country music are loving it, and they're adding it. It came out at number 8 most added song in all of country music. In all of the world of country music, it came out at number 8, and that was just unbelievable to me. But I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. And that's yet another message from God. You know, I think that God, He's always going to help out. He's going to come in His own way, in His own time. And for me, you know, I've been at this for a very, very long time, and God has been really great to me, especially just this last year of my career. It's been amazing.
Yeah, and a lot of times the first year of a career, you're not going to get a big music video, but this one, you have a music video for this single. Talk about getting to do that too.
That was awesome. Well, I mean, you know, that was basically my first music video. I do have a Christmas song where we did a music video for it, and that was amazing too. But this was the first country music video that I never gotten to do, and to see all the people involved, to have a whole cast, and then see the entire crew and all of these cameras and all these different settings, and it was awesome. It felt like the big time. I go in and they said I had a stylist, and I was like, what is this? You know, it's like Hollywood is what it felt like. It was It was incredible, and I'm very grateful to everybody that allowed that music video to happen. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was very fun, and it was actually filmed just over the course of a couple hours one evening into the night. I mean, it was a couple of hours, and we were out pretty late that night, but it was a great memory I'll never forget.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you still got a little bit of the radio tour left, but then eventually,
Yes.
I'm guessing there's going to be a normal tour where everybody in the public can come see Spencer. What's that looking like in the near future?
Well, I really pray that there's a show tour. The radio tour, of course, like I say, it's been great, and I've been traveling all over, and I do definitely hope that as a result of the radio success, there can be a tour where we go from town to town, city to city, and perform, and I really hope that people can come out for it. There is no set date on that tour yet, but I think that as we get into 2026, we'll know more about that.
Yeah, well, while they wait for that, go listen to the new EP. It's out there streaming everywhere from Spencer Hatcher. Honky Tonk Hideaway is out there now.